were you guys expecting Nick to leave, or that surprised you guys?
Surprised me. It did definitely surprise me.
It was a surprise. I think.
It just wasn't as shocking.
Yeah, exactly. It was a surprise. It wasn't shocking.
Yeah.
And the thing is like we love Nick. Nick is our brother to the death of us. Like he is still a part of Pretty Much in spirit. Like he is. Yeah. He's blood.
It's my family.
But I think that. Yeah, I
think it was more of like a him thing. Like he was choosing to become distant because I think he just wanted to,
it just became not for him anymore.
Own thing a little.
Yeah, he had his own ambitions and other things that he wanted to do that didn't include Pretty Much.
And again,
we wanted him to know that we respect that. Like I think the biggest thing I told him, I was like, we don't want to keep you here. Like if this isn't like in your cards anymore, that's totally okay. You know, because. And we don't want to. You don't feel like you have to be here.
I feel like people either sometimes they don't know, or they forget that he was in the Iconic Boys. So he was kind of famous since he was a kid, and he was in a group, and then he went to another group. So I think he just wanted to kind of have his own identity. So which is I get it.
And he's very throughout the years, like he's always wanted to be home, like with his family. Yeah. He's a family man to the death. Like he loves being with his family. More than like they probably want him around, like to be honest. And like it's different when you want to be here because you want to be a part of this, but like you just have this voice in your head being like, I need to be home. I need to be with my family.
Yeah. And I could see like there was something tugging at him, and I thought it was maybe something like because I went through my own like arc of like maybe depression, discouragement, like. Throughout this whole thing,
and I was gonna say that arc.
I just think like I was like right as we were kind of having the conversation, I thought it was coming from a place of more like, hey, like let's ignite this fire again, like let me mental health wise, let's make sure that we're all good, and there for each other. But then it ended up being the reason I say I was surprised is because I thought it was more of just that, like needing to like make sure we're all tapped in and checked in with each other mentally. But it was just that this has been tugging at him for kind of like a year of like feeling like he wanted to go back home, but feeling like he didn't want to hold us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we wanted to make sure like literally in the same vein of for your own mental health and your own ambition, like you don't feel like you have to be here. Like we all were honest with each other and said, okay, we want to be here. We want to do this. And we're willing to now step it up a notch because we're gonna have to take on so much more being independent and in this new journey. So it was kind of like, but we want to be here, and if you don't want to be here, that's like we respect that. But like, I wanted him to know too, like thank you for being honest because I know it's probably not easy. Like I can imagine.
And it wasn't the initial conversation like he mentioned at first. It was like. Nah, like I miss being home, but like I got this, like we could do this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, let's do it. And then it was a whole nother week later where he was like, no, actually, let me sit you guys down. The only reason I said that was because I think like I don't want you guys to hate me or resent me for like leaving.
I didn't want to trigger I'm leaving the group. I'm like if you're leaving, I'm leaving type thing.
It could be a domino effect.
He didn't know if it would break us up or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we're like the thing is
that's a lot of pressure.
We're like I forget sometimes how close we actually are because, like, we really are like this close, and it is important to acknowledge like we care about each other first before everything else. After that, like there's certain things that we're obviously not gonna talk about that like come first, and we have to acknowledge and just make sure that everyone is safe, feels comfortable before we even tackle on the big things because that stuff is all. Like, that stuff can't happen if we're not in good spirits, if we're not in good health.
Oh, 100%. You can't achieve anything. You can't live happy. You can't be successful. You can't be focused.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Literally. You all come first.
Yeah.